We want to link up with Maxwell Agbagba, who's at Legon right now. Why? Because that's the venue for the law entrance examination, the Ghana School of Law examinations. Yesterday, there was an attempt to put a stop to that exam. We know that was not possible. But later on, we would hear that there was another attempt. So this morning, we don't know if the exam is coming off or not. That's why Maxwell Agbagba is at Legon right now. He joins us live with some fresh updates. Maxwell, students learning, doing their last-minute learning to write this exam, or they're not there at all?
Well, Mamavi, what you said initially best describes, what is happening here. A lot of, law graduates have gathered here waiting patiently to start the exams at exactly 10 a.m. If you come here, hundreds of cars, I must say, are actually packed in front of the NNB1, NNB2, NNB3, the GCB Law Complex, and other, places where the exams itself will be taking place. In your shots right now are the many cars, that have parked here with the law graduates. Most of them, sitting in their cars and then getting ready for the paper that is starting at 10 o'clock a.m. It's true we had indication that there was another action that is being initiated to halt the exams. That was the information that we had. But it looks like that is not going to happen, because it looks like all is set, for the exams to commence. But we'll be keeping an eye to see how it pans out here. I have a gentleman here who is taking part in the exams. I want to find out from him the preparation so far. And then yesterday, the ruling that came out, the case that was brought forth by the 11 law graduates dismissed by the Accra High Court. I want to find out from him what he makes of the judgment.
Oh, actually, it's a nice case that he took to the court. We were expecting that the court would have ruled in a different direction. But unfortunately, the court, and as we all know, going for an injunction is at the discretion of the court to decide what they think is deemed fit. So the case was thrown out from the court. But we still believe that they could have another opportunity to reapply to the court. But besides all other things, we are seriously preparing. In case nothing good comes from the court, we will proceed and then undertake the exams as has been scheduled.
I want to pick your personal thoughts on this. The Supreme Court actually ruled that even though it is unconstitutional for them to organize, the exams and then the subsequent interviews, they don't want to disrupt, that process for this particular, academic year. So they can still go ahead. That was a ruling from the Supreme Court. What do you make of it? Though unconstitutional, go ahead just for this year.
You see, the apex court is the highest court on the land. And whatever they say becomes law. They have decided that we these current people who have registered with the General Legal Council, we should comply with the contract arrangement we have had with them. And besides that, the General Legal Council is given within 6 months to put their house in order. So that is the ruling of the Supreme Court. Until something else is done, we have to comply with it. As an LLB graduate who is coming to undertake this exam, my prayer is that we should have automatic entrance. But that is not the case as we stand. So as we are also waiting to hear something better from the court, we are still preparing. Whatever be the case, we will write if that is the final decision.
There's this perception that law is, for a selected, few. And some people actually think that those at the top are doing everything possible to prevent the majority of people into getting into, the practice. As I already said, it is a perception out there. I don't know what you make of it.
Yeah, I've also heard about this perception. Law as a profession is a noble profession. And I don't think automatically every LLB graduate will become a lawyer. But what we are pleading for is that if we have a system to absorb LLB graduates, the system should be able to absorb more than what we are saying today. We have a system whereby you see about 1,000+ applicants yielding to become lawyers. And yet the system absorbs like 450 or 500 maximum. The rest of them, where do they go? You know, and it is not easy to even go through the LLB as a course. It's very difficult. So if this system is in place which cannot absorb about 70%, 80% of the applicants, we think there's something wrong with the system, which I think that's why Prof is fighting at the court to have certain things being done right.
We're wrapping up this conversation shortly, but I just want to find out from you. I actually have a friend who told me that he's not really going to prepare for this exam because he's of the strong conviction that the court, you know, would dismiss, would actually, you know, uphold, I must say, the application filed by, you know, the 11 law graduates. Have you prepared for these exams?
I am fully prepared because, you know, as a serious student, you shouldn't cast your eggs in one crate. You spread it. If in case you go and they said we are not going to uphold the decision, we are going to dismiss it again. Doesn't mean that your life should be at end. You should prepare. If it doesn't go this way, you are prepared to go the other way. So I am fully prepared. I am 90% prepared. Okay. If we are to start the exams right away, I am here to write it.
Okay. Well, you are 90% prepared. Are you 99.9% prepared?
I am above 99.9% prepared.
Okay.
We are ready. But the issue is that we are learning the law. Okay. And if our superiors are saying something which is illegal, unconstitutional, and they still want us to come and write the exams, we are afraid that we are condoning and conniving with an illegality. And that is not a good practice for us coming up because we are learning from them. Something which is illegal and unconstitutional, why do you? It's like you telling someone who goes to steal that stealing is an offense, right? Okay, today, go and steal, but tomorrow you can't go and steal. That is exactly how we understand.
Just academic year. I mean, next academic year is also going to be the same thing.
We are a bit surprised, but we are prepared, and we think that in future something should be done about it because we don't see the reason why other law professions, other professions in the world don't go through this.
Okay.
All right. But the law profession, what the import we are all trying to say, we get from this fact is that they want to make this a reserved profession for certain class of people in society, for their future children, generational. Because go to the medical school, you see most of the medical doctors, their children having way becoming medical doctors. Trace it from the history in Ghana. Look at the past presidents. Look at the current ones. Look at where their children are. They are grooming them to a certain angle so that they can help either in one way or the other preserve them in future. But this thing should be made for the ordinary man.
Okay.
Who needs, it's the ordinary man who needs this more than the people who are at the top.
Okay. Interested. Thanks so much, you know, for talking to us. We're wishing you, you know, all the best, you know, in the exams. We'll be following closely.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so Mama V, we'll be waiting here till 10 a.m., maybe 10:30 a.m. We want to see for ourselves that, yes, you know, the paper has actually started before we leave the University of Ghana campus where, you know, the exams is actually taking place. Just when I was speaking to these law graduates, I saw some police vehicles, you know, moving around. Security is actually tight here. They are hoping to ensure that, you know, the exams runs smoothly. So that's the situation here currently at the University of Ghana campus, specifically at the new end block 1, new end block 2, new end block 3, which is adjacent to the Ghana Commercial Examination, you know, Center here at the University of Ghana campus. Mama.
All right. Thank you very much, Maxwell Agbagba, roving live from the University of Ghana campus where students are getting ready. They are actually LLB graduates getting ready to write that exams that if they pass and then they continue to pass the interview, they'll gain admission into the Ghana Law School.